my own house and car now and have to pay the bills?
That's correct.
That's unique. You need to be sending that to your attorney.
Yeah, that's like showing up to a job interview in pajamas. Bold, but you've already lost the room.
Which I have.
And there's nothing I can do with that.
And then you sending me here every day.
Yeah.
How am I going to pay bills? You say this is a place of communication.
Well, here's the communication. You need to talk to your attorney because guess what? The court schedule doesn't revolve around your attorney. It doesn't revolve around you.
Not to be rude or anything, if he doesn't revolve around you, he has stuff to do. He has federal inmates out of county.
All right.
I can't make him. I tried.
All right. So this is what we're going to do. Oh, we're going to wait for this attorney. Okay. Thank you.
No big excuse.
Yes, we're waiting for your attorney.
He's not going to show up.
No, send an email to his. I did you go if he's off the letter.
This judge isn't playing around. Notice the firm tone. That's courtroom code for, I'm done with your excuses. Who do you think is really to blame here? The defendant or the attorney?
No, he needs to be here. In alphabetical order, Bear comes before all of those counties. All right, are the parties ready on Gabriel Echartia? We're going to find out how to pronounce that when you have to come up. At least how I can pronounce it. How do you pronounce it? Echartia. Okay. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 1497, State of Texas versus Gabriel Echartia. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, you are.
Defense.
Ryan Kimbrough.
And are you Mr. Echartia? Counsel, have you received all the discovery that you reviewed with your client?
I did.
Mr. Echartia, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I did.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Echartia, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with the offense of evading arrest detention with a vehicle? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? If you have a plea with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and given you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand you have a right to jury trial? A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea you were giving up those rights? Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? No. Did you understand what your rights are? And are you intending to give up those rights?
Here comes the big pivot, plea deal time. But don't blink. This paperwork is where freedom can slip right through your fingers.
Enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case? Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked? The court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Mr. Echartia, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Trial motions that have been filed, waiving consent. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. With any defenses?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Mr.
Sure.
Achatia, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Trial motions that have been filed, waiving consent. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Sure.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
I would ask the court to follow the plea bargain. Mr. Richardson has no criminal record. He's 20 years old, Your Honor. This was a big mistake. He understands that, and he'll do well on probation. And sure.
All right. So why are you going 100 miles per hour?
Yes, Your Honor. Exactly how we're going to go.
All right. So here's the thing, and your attorney will tell you this. When people start a sentence with, to be honest with you, usually what's coming after that is not honest. And then when people say, in all honesty, what's coming is not honesty. Whenever you hear people talking and they say, well, with all due respect, what's about to come is without respect. So you're speeding, going 100 miles per hour. Why? Yeah, but why are you going 100 miles per hour? Other people go to school, they're not going 100 miles per hour. I'm sorry, what?
I was running late.
So you're running late, and what school were you going to?
I was going to Pathways Home Education.
And whose car were you in?
My view.
All right, do you have insurance on that vehicle in your name? And were you paying
Judge just switched from legal to life coach. And trust me, when judges start giving TED Talks mid-sentence, it usually means someone's getting roasted.
for that vehicle and paying for the insurance? Who was paying for the insurance?
My mother.
And so how long were you in doing home education with Pathways?
About 3 months.
And where were you doing education before Pathways?
It was Stevens.
All right, so why were you at Pathways Home as opposed to Stevens?
I had to drive down to Stevens High School during the pandemic. It was wasn't in my country anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to go back to school, so I found the education program for students that wanted to work from home or they wanted to could go to the school. They felt comfortable with these. I'm trying to go back to school now. Yes.
So have you graduated?
No.
So how do you?
into jail? Yeah.
And then I bet when you went to jail that sort of woke you up too. So how far did you go in school?
Or about junior year.
So you're in your junior year, you're 20. School is different from when I went.
That time.
It was rare that 18-year-olds were still in high school. They had already graduated. So I'm trying to figure out why at 20. I'm sorry?
I didn't know this.
Okay.
So I was 19 at the time, so I was still eligible for the phone. So that's why I was going to the education program.
All right. How long have you been out of custody?
Steve? About 3 years. To be honest with you, I got
You don't remember?
no.
All right. Either you just trying to put that behind you or it didn't make enough of an impact. So have you been out of custody for more than a month? More than 3 months? More than 6 months? All right. So you haven't been in school since you've been out of custody. So what have you been doing?
I've been working.
Working doing what?
I was working in the industrial, and for a little bit I was also working.
All right. When you say working industrial, what do you mean by that?
I mean, I made automotive vehicles. I worked for Toyota.
Okay. And why did you stop working at Toyota?
I started working at Toyota because I couldn't do the hours. It was 2 weeks on day, 2 weeks on night, and trying to change to do that because.
So you quit. And when you quit working at Toyota, did you give them a 2 weeks notice? All right. And when you quit, did you already have another job lined up?
I was searching.
And is the reason why you didn't have another job lined up because you knew you could live with your mom?
Well, not yes. Because I just don't live there.
Well, here's the thing. If you're living by yourself, or either if you're living and the household is dependent on your income, you can't just say, this job, I don't like their hours, so I'm going to quit. Here's my 2-week notice and I don't have anything fall back on. Because, for example, if your mother were to say, I don't like my job, she's working, I don't know if she's retired or not, but if she's working, she can't say, I don't like my job, I don't have any other place to go, I'm just going to quit. And children, just so you know, your mom is quitting her employment, so you're all going to have to pick up the slack. You're an adult. And is your mom with you today?
She was this morning.
All right. So your mom was here with you this morning, and she's going to work. So here's the thing. You can't you're an adult, even though technically you're 20, people still see you as young. 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds still see them as young, but technically you're an adult.
This is the moment of real talk. The judge is breaking it all the way down. Life doesn't wait on your schedule, especially when rent, bills, and real-world responsibility come knocking.
So you got to put away the childish things. You can't just quit a job and say, I'm going to find something else. And for you to be working at Toyota, I'm sure Toyota was paying you well, but you haven't even graduated high school and you got a good job. And it's Toyota. Maybe you don't like the hours. My mom, she used to work on rotating shifts, and you know what her shifts were? And I'm probably going to get this wrong, but I think it was 7 days straight. And she had to do rotating shifts. So she had a morning shift. You do that for 7 days. Then I think they give you like 3 days off. And then you have the middle shift, which is a 3 to 11 shift. You do that for 7 days. Then they give you 3 days off. Then you have the graveyard shifts. It was either 7 days each shift or 14 days each shift. And you know what? She didn't quit that job. You know why she didn't quit that job? Because people were dependent on her paycheck. Her children were dependent on her paycheck. So you need to stop and start growing up and stop thinking that you can just quit a job and a new job is just going to pop up. You understand? Don't quit a job or give them your notice until you know you have another job. And so you're a cook. I'm sure. Where are you a cook at?
I was a cook.
All right, so you were a cook. So where are you working now?
Okay.
See, you've quit 2 jobs already. And I'm sure Toyota had good benefits. And you know what? The other people who are working that rotating shift, you're behind now. And this is what I mean about your being behind. You're going to look up and you're going to be that person going from job to job. And then the people who are at Toyota with you, they're going to be ready for their retirement. And they're going to say, you know what? I already put in my 20 years. Whereas you may end right back up at Toyota and you'll only have a year in. You're looking at doing 19 more. Don't be a leaf blowing around in the wind. You understand? All right. The children do. Okay.
Trust me.
I didn't want to ask that question, but I was like, you got to work on yourself first before you do that. All right, so there's going to be a $1,500 fine. I'm going to probate that, not for you. I'm probating it for your mom because I know she would help you pay that. So we're going to probate that. I'm going to place you on 2 years deferred adjudication. You're going to get employment.
Probation, conditions, and a second shot. But will he take it seriously? This is where the justice system says, your move.
You understand? And I'm going to require that you stick with that job. Only time you can leave the job you have, of course, if there's something dangerous happening, they're violating OSHA standards. The only time you'll be able to leave that job, they're not violating OSHA standards if you already have another job. You understand? We're not going to do that anymore. So it's going to be proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Oh, and by the way, at Toyota, that shift you were working,